Hi, and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about why reading is important. I am a self-proclaimed book nerd. I love books. There's pretty much a day that doesn't go by that I haven't read something. In fact, I need to read a little bit before I can fall asleep at night. My husband laughs about this. I swear it's genetic because my mother and my grandmother are the same. But, for me, books are what makes life exciting. And I'm so grateful that I learned to read fluently at a young age. I was one of those precocious kids that was reading before kindergarten, but that's because I just loved it. I watched my older brother reading, and so I wanted to do that. And really the first books I was learning to read on was Winnie the Pooh. Some of the best books out there, I believe. One of the great things about reading, it is a way to develop our vocabulary, to learn about sentence structure, spelling, in an easy and fun format. It doesn't have to be about lists that we have to learn. The more we read, the more we are learning bigger words. We're learning how they work together, how we learn to infer what a meaning is. That is really important. It's a great tool for kids. Another thing about reading is it opens up imagination and creativity. I don't know about you, but how many times have you read a book and then they've made it into a movie and the movie is nothing like what you've seen in your head? That's because your imagination has really brought it to life. I'm at a point where I almost don't watch movies now that are based on books because they can't do my imagination justice. And I love it that for kids, when they are reading, that they are entering that. They're learning how to feel, how to explore their feelings. Why is this making me angry? Why is this making me sad? So reading is important for our creativity and our imagination. Another one is just exploring the world. Through books, we can be learning about different countries, about different cultures, about why people do things. And, I wouldn't even go and just dismiss a book now for being outdated. I'm hearing that. It's like, oh, but that book was written so long ago. Why should we be reading that? Because we can be learning from it. But point example, these are some of my favorite books. The Famous Five, written by Enid Blyton, a British novelist, and these were written in the early 40s. Now, these are preteen kids that go off on these adventures and solve mysteries, all without adult supervision, which is a little surprising. But I read these every year and I cannot wait to share them with my girls. And there are times, as I said, very sexist, where the boys get to sit and relax while the girls are doing the cleaning up and the washing, because that's what you do. One of my favorite lines is when George has done something and Dick turns to her and says, "George, you're almost as good as a boy." And George beamed with pride. But I'm going to teach my girls about this and about how society has changed. And that's what culture and society was like. So don't dismiss books because they might be outdated or maybe not what you're used to, because it could ignite something for kids in loving to read. This is what really got me going, and my brother too. We had a great time with these books. I encourage you, read together at home. Find books that your kids would like. And if they're really not big readers and they're not so much into books, it's okay if they're reading magazines, if they're researching and finding information about things that they like online. To me, that's all reading. We shouldn't restrict it to, it has to be a book, and if you haven't read for 15 minutes from a book, then you're just not making it for school. No, let's find things. I said, magazines are great. There are so many great ones out there. Even comic books, because they are learning to follow and to track and all the things that are important for reading. So get your kids reading something. Start with something, build it up from there. Read together as a family, read out loud, read silently. Model as parents, show your kids that you enjoy reading as well. Now, we can't talk about reading without talking about some books. So I just want to talk about two of my favorite series. The first one, the Anne of Green Gables series by LL Montgomery. Fantastic books about the orphan Anne who gets taken in by Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert, and just her journey and her life. Fantastic books, and I highly recommend them. The imagination, especially of Anne, and as she goes through life, and of course, how can we forget Gilbert? We just absolutely love Gilbert. Again, the books are brilliant. So much better than the TV series that they did, even though that is also great. But I highly recommend that, especially for girls, though I don't want to discount it for boys. And then we can't go without the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. I love these. Let's learn about the Greek myths. Let's learn about the gods. Let's learn in a modern setting. And again, you know, who lets 12-year-olds run around the country all by themselves? But that's okay. Great adventure stories, both for boys and girls. I know a lot of boys who really like it, but again, we don't discount for girls. Great adventures, and ones that I highly recommend. If you have a child that's maybe struggling to really get into the groove of reading and you want a bit of adventure, then I highly recommend these books. Thanks for watching. If you like this, please subscribe and check us out on Facebook. And again, if you have any questions you would like answered, or if there's a topic you'd like me to cover, please shoot me a message and I would love to try and cover that for you. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.